3, 2, 1, go. Hello everybody and welcome back to the 2017 Winter Championship Best of 5 series between Ixar and Puffin. We're joining them in Game 5. Now Cass, could you explain a little bit about these wonderful competitors for those at home who may not know a lot about them?
Yeah, absolutely. So for longtime Hearthstone fans, you might know him, Iskar as a very prevalent player in the competitive community. For those of you who don't know, I mean, he has been the Hearthstone OG. I mean, he's old school and he's been involved for a long time. But in the last year, he seems to be struggling keeping that reputation. And I believe now he might want to use the 2017 Winter Championship to kind of regain that status. Puffin, on the other hand, is more up and coming. You know, he just won the Innkeeper Showdown tournament, and he is hungry for more wins. But it looks like they're going to start the match in 3, 2, 1.
Well, Game 5 looks like it'll be quite an exciting bout, considering that Ixar has brought a Dragon Priest deck and Puffin has brought his Jade Druid. Now, looking at their opening hand, Puffin has access to the Coin and Innervate for Fandral on turn 1. It will be interesting to see if he decides to go down that route. Ixar, on the other hand, has a very strong Dragon Priest start with the Twilight Whelp on turn 1. Is there anything that stands out to you, Cass?
Yeah, I mean, the Fairy Dragon doesn't really look typical in the Dragon Priest deck. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, Fairy Dragon is definitely something you see a lot more in Dragon Warrior, but considering that Ixar brought Pirate Shaman as well as an aggro warrior to this competition, it is possible that Ixar is just more comfortable playing a fast, tempo-oriented role.
Yeah, and it looks like it's really interesting with the Innervate and Coin into Fandral. I mean, that's an aggressive play. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, most definitely. It's an aggression that can't really be matched. Druid's ability to ramp is unprecedented. But one thing that's interesting about the Jade Druid deck is that Fandral isn't a significant aspect of that win condition. And so even if Ixar did have access to Shadow Word Pain, which he doesn't, at least for the foreseeable future, he would be able to bounce back from losing the Fandral. Now with the Discover, it does look like Puffin is able to get the Claw and cement his board presence against Ixar. Now this is a pretty terrifying position to be in, being able to get the minion and the Claw off of the Raven Idol is very terrifying, and I'm not sure how Ixar is going to manage it, and he might be feeling a little bit pressed against the wall, threatening Puffin, but Puffin isn't having any of it. He's feeling good. Looks like Ixar opted in to play the Netherspite Historian on turn 2. He did get the Dragonoid Operative. Is there a different dragon that Ixar probably, would have wanted? Or is Operative the best call?
Yeah, I feel like Twilight Guardian would have... It would have been more lucky if that would have been an option, since it's a 4-mana card, and that could help him curve a little bit better and, give him a chance to bounce back. So hopefully he can draw that in his deck soon.
Well, thankfully he was able to draw the replacement Fairy Dragon for the one that he just lost. The replacement services on that deck it at least rivals Amazon, that's for sure. But one thing that's interesting to note about Puffin's board state right now is that he has access to this 4/3 taunt, and 4 attack is difficult value for Priest to deal with. It dodges the pain and the death. So do you think, should Puffin opt to trade into this Fairy Dragon? But with the development of this Azure Drake, what do you think Puffin's call here should be?
I mean, purely, you always got to go with faces of place. You got to smork it. But
that
what
is
do you think? Yeah, what would you think would be a good turn for, Iskar?
Well,
would you agree with the play that he did with Operative?
I don't know if it's the play I would have done, but it is a scary card to deal with, and the Feral Rage that he managed to discover off of it is a pretty solid way of helping him get back on this board. Feral Rage especially helpful because, Azure Drake, not only does it dodge the Shadow Word Pain as well as the death, but it also dodges Dragonfire Potion, a very common removal card we're seeing in Dragon Priest these days. And, it's very terrifying. Hopefully the Rage will help him get back. I mean, Puffin has the Rage of the Firelands, but maybe this Feral Rage is what Ixar needs.
Yeah, he does need that Feral Rage, and I don't know, it seems like he needs more bodies on the board instead of, one strong minion.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really seem to be affecting Puffin. I mean, this is supposed to be a Jade Druid, and I haven't seen any Jade Golems in this entire game.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Right now we're watching the Fandral Staghelm show. You know, it's a broadcast that I'm sure our viewers are loving, and I'm sure that Puffin is loving. But Ixar right now, I'm sure is sweating, looking just for any way to remove it. So it'll be interesting to see if Ixar opts in for going for a Fatal Rage. And there's that Twilight Guardian you were talking about. It would have been a very strong turn 4 play, but perhaps it's not for Ixar, and it looks like Ixar is opting to play out that Sylvanas. It's a little bit slower than his other options, but I'm assuming from his perspective, he's thinking, you know, if I can get this Sylvanas to live another turn, this could be my chance to turn it all around. It looks like the Market Nature will take Fandral outside of the range for Sylvanas to kill it, but Living Root's going face. I mean, this is lethal with the hero power.
Lethal.
Yeah, turn 6 from Puffin.
Turn
Very convincing win. Oh my gosh, that is just, as we said before, no Jade Golems needed for this Druid. And that is it. It looks like Puffin will be advancing into the grand finals. Wow.
Yeah, and what a spectacular showing. But for now, we'll have to take a quick break for our sponsors. But make sure you guys stay tuned to see if Puffin can take home another championship. Thank you for joining me, Purely. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad that you asked me to join you today. And that will be it for now. Make sure, like Cass just said, join us in the grand finals. See if Puffin can take home yet another championship. And for now, it's been a joy. We'll see you all later.
See you then.